Live from the tank, CSI Sportsnet proudly presents CSI Dolphins basketball. Today, we are kicking off day 2 of the Tournament of Heroes here in the tank, as in game 1 here this afternoon, the College of Staten Island Dolphins play host to the Southern New Hampshire University Penmen. I am Nick Durst, joined momentarily by my color commentator for this afternoon, Joe Calabrese. And this is a game where the two teams that lost last night get to play today and look to get their season off to the right track. The Dolphins, they entered the season as the season's #1 contender here on the island, of course, and they're entering the season among the region's regionally acclaimed programs, coming off a season where the team cracked the East Region top 10 for the first time in program history. As you all know, if you are a fan of the team, they had a very successful 2023-2024 regular season, and it ended with the team earning the #2 seed in the East Coast Conference and a first-round bye in the playoffs. However, the Dolphins did fall to Damon University in the ECC Championship semifinals round. In the recently released ECC preseason coaches poll for this season, the Dolphins were chosen to finish 3rd in the conference behind Damon and St. Thomas Aquinas College. St. Thomas Aquinas College will be playing in game 2 here this afternoon. Bringing in to the broadcast now is Joe Calabrese. And Joe, you were here last night for both of the games, but let's specifically talk about first the close game last night in which the College of Staten Island dropped a really close one, and they lost by 2 points, 82-80, against the Southern Connecticut State University team.
Yes, first of all, Nick, thank you for having me. Our first broadcast together this season. So CSI last night, they started slow, right? And they went down by double digits. The game got closer in the second half, particularly the final 10 to 12 minutes. Super well-contested game. Hard on both ends. The game was within about 3 points for the final 2 minutes, and again, CSI had a very, very difficult final possession. They were down 2 at the end, and they were able to force their way to the free throw line twice. Both times making 1 of 2. They were able to evaporate that 10-point lead, and in the final 5 seconds, Southern Connecticut State's Albert Vargas traveled the full length of the court, lost the basketball, and then hit a semi-circus baseline jumper to win the game for Southern Connecticut State. So CSI, well played yesterday, tough on defense, looking to rebound today, looking to avoid an 0-2 start.
Absolutely, and the other game last night was St. Thomas Aquinas taking on the Dolphins' opponent here today, Southern New Hampshire University. So Joe, what should we be looking out for here from the Penmen this afternoon?
Well, the first game yesterday was also really, really well contested. It was a 5-point game at the end. Really, really hard-nosed defensive play. There were times that yesterday's game got very, very chippy. So in that game, Southern New Hampshire also went down, fought their way, came back in, much like CSI did last night. So for Southern New Hampshire, it's about keeping your composure, not letting your emotions get to you. They played really, really well yesterday, and you know, as mentioned, both these teams are looking to avoid an 0-2 start. So I think if both teams keep their composure and both teams don't get testy, both teams will have a great opportunity to win today's game here at the Tank.
Absolutely, and for the Dolphins, going to be out this game is Chris Clancy. He's out injured, along with Short Hargrave, but we'll talk about the Dolphins starters in a little bit here. They go with the same starting 5 from last night. And this is a game here where both teams want to win, Joe, right? They don't want to start the season 0-2. Tournament of Heroes-wise for the Dolphins, since they've become a D2 school, they have yet to win a Tournament of Heroes game. I think Coach Tibbs, he might intentionally stack the deck against his team early on against the great roster. But what we'll do here is we're going to pause. The national anthem's coming up, so what we'll do is we'll step aside, keep it locked right here on ECC Network. When we return after the commercial break, we will have the starting lineups followed by the game between the Dolphins and the Penmen. And we are back here live in the tank. Victor's here along with Joe Calabrese. And as the starters are being announced, we'll turn things over to my broadcast colleague, the co-host of the You Know I'm Right podcast, Joseph Calabrese, and he'll give the starting lineups for first Southern New Hampshire University, followed by your CSI Dolphins.
So we're starting with a senior guard from Manalapan, New York, the proud product of Marist College, fellow Marist College alum, number 3, Noah Harris. Next, we have a senior forward from Freeport, Bahamas, number 10, Paul Green. Next, we have a junior guard from Las Vegas, Nevada, previously of Southern Nevada, number 11, Ray Daniels. Another senior guard from Brockton, Massachusetts, previously of Hartford, number 14, Curtis Henderson. And we have a senior forward from Piscataway, New Jersey, number 15, Derek Grant Jr. That'll do it for Southern New Hampshire. And I will now announce the lineup, the starting lineup for the CSI Dolphins. We have a 6'3" freshman guard from Troy, New York, number 1, Joey Poulin. We have a 6'2" junior guard from Watervliet, New York, number 3, JJ Chestnut. We have a 6-foot sophomore guard from Staten Island, New York, number 21, Aaron Goldstein. We have a 6'7" senior forward from Watervliet, New York, number 23, Messiah Mallory. And then we have a 6'5" sophomore guard from West Palm Beach, Florida, number 24, Blake Wilson. Those are your starters, Nick.
Very good, Joe. Great job. Jack Perry, the head coach for Southern New Hampshire University, and TJ Tibbs, the head coach for the CSI Dolphins. Getting set, getting things ready to go. Joe, what players are you keeping an eye on this afternoon here?
Well, last night, like I mentioned, it was a very highly scoring, highly contested, close game. Aaron Goldstein led the Dolphins last night with scoring with 23 points, and Messiah had 16 points. Chestnut had 15 points. So we're going to be looking, again, for strong play from the CSI guards, but their big men played really, really well last night. And as I mentioned, it was their big men last night who were able to get to the line both times at the end of the game.
All right, Joe, it's time to get things going here. And this is going to be a good one. 2 evenly matched teams getting set. Players coming over here to give us a pound. That's pregame tradition here at the tank. And we are getting set for takeoff as Messiah Mallory will, of course, jump for this one. And jumping for the Penmen is Derek Grant Jr. 1:07 p.m. here on the East Coast in Staten Island, New York. And we are getting set for action here, live from the tank in the center of the 204-acre campus of the College of Staten Island, the largest campus in New York. And the tip goes to the Dolphins. JJ Chestnut with the ball. Dribbles past half court, looking for Blake Wilson. Blake Wilson looking to give it to Messiah Mallory. Mallory over to Chestnut in the corner. Chestnut back to Mallory. Up at the top, Mallory driving. Layup no good, off the mark. And back the other way come the Penmen. Stop dribbling there and gets the ball to Paul Green. Paul Green being defended by Blake Wilson to the lay. Up he goes, and he misses, but he gets his own offensive rebound. Kicks it out. And the shot attempt there is up and off the mark by Curtis Henderson. Aaron Goldstein now for the Dolphins to Poulin. Poulin to Blake Wilson for 3. Off the mark, rebounded by Noah Harris. Harris now with the ball, dishes it over. And now the ball finds Derek Grant Jr. Grant kicks it out to Harris. Harris has Ray Daniels to his left, but dribbles to his right. Kicks it inside, and it's stolen by Blake Wilson, and Poulin comes up with it. Gives it over to Blake Wilson. Aaron Goldstein in the corner. Back to Wilson. Over to Poulin. Poulin takes the screen from Mallory. Kicks it back out to Mallory. Mallory to Aaron Goldstein. Fakes the 3. Drives to the rim. Lays it up and in!
Great take by Goldstein. Great take by Goldstein.
Goldstein there, quick to the rim after the fake.
Starting right off where he did like last night.
Goldstein had a great game scoring-wise.
But he did a little more. He was able to dish it out. He was able to take it to the hole. He shot well from 3 last night. He's the key for CSI. He's the engine that makes this offense go.
Absolutely. Paul Green now for the Penmen. Dishes it to Noah Harris, who puts up the 3. It's off the mark, and that's rebounded by Messiah Mallory.
Great box out there by Mallory.
Goldstein to a wide-open Wilson, and Blake's three-pointer off the mark, rebounded by the Penmen.
Great look there. You got to take that open shot on the fast break.
Absolutely. Green gets the rebound. And now in the half-court set is Henderson barking out orders to his team. He dishes it over to Grant. Grant driving here, and he is stripped by Messiah Mallory, who gets it to Aaron Goldstein. Goldstein for 3 in transition. Off the mark, Mallory, easy rebound. Poulin pulls up, and that's off the mark as well for 3.
CSI very quickly missing their first few three-point shots here. All good looks.
Good looks, wide open. Need to start converting some of those. Henderson, crossover. Poulin on him. Three-point attempt by Green is good. So
Southern New Hampshire hits their first three-pointer before CSI makes theirs. We have a 3-2 game here with 3 minutes in.
Poulin, the freshman, to Messiah Mallory, the senior, to Aaron Goldstein, the sophomore. And that is a moving screen against Mallory. I'll go back the other way. So what'd you see there, Joe? Moving screen?
Yes,
good
moving
call.
Screen. Good call, good call. Like I mentioned, CSI missed their first three-point attempts, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. They're actually 0 for 4 now.
0 for 4 now.
So Henderson getting pressed here, gets it past half court, and he throws it away. Good defense there by the Dolphins.
That CSI defense looks really, really good to start. They've been able to force a few turnovers. That's what you need to do. Royce Williams entering the game for Southern New Hampshire.
So he's in the game now. Royce checks in. J.J. Chestnut with the ball for the Dolphins, gives it to Aaron Goldstein. Aaron feeds it to Mallory. Mallory at the top of the key, back to Goldstein. Goldstein driving in the corner to a wide open Wilson, and knocks down the 3.
That's exactly what you need to do. Great take by Goldstein, was able to find the open man in the corner.
And we have a push there, so it'll be a foul. Second team foul against the Dolphins.
Joey Poulin with the foul.
Harris inbound that to Williams, who we said just checked in the game, gives it off to the driving Ray Daniels, who lays it in. Goldstein takes the screen from Cone, who's in the game for the Dolphins. Poulin to Cone, and he lays it in. Asa Cone with the layup.
Nice finish right at the rim.
This defense, Joe, I got to tell you, with the Dolphins right now, putting a lot of pressure.
This is what they did yesterday in the first half. They were not afraid to make the other team work the full length of the court.
Williams trapped, kicks it inside. And good defense there to reject Paul Green at the rim.
Excellent defense contesting at the rim, and that is a unfortunate length pass that goes out of bounds. Possession arrow back to Southern New Hampshire University as we prepare to take our first time out of the broadcast.
So we will take a quick step out aside here, and we return. The action resumes right now. Dolphins ahead over the Penmen 7-5 with 15:33 remaining. Keep it locked here on the ECC Network. Back here in the tank, 7-5 lead for the Dolphins early here. Joe, what have you seen so far with the pace of play in this game?
Well, obviously CSI wants to try to run up and down as much as they can. However, it's like I mentioned last night, their defense early here has been very, very tenacious, looking to use the full court to their advantage. But they've also done really, really well here in the first 4.5 minutes or so of contesting Southern New Hampshire right at the rim.
Yeah, good defense for sure early on here for the Dolphins. So we'll get set here, getting set for this inbound. Once again, this is Nick Durst and Joe Calabrese on the call here for you this afternoon for the game between Southern New Hampshire University and the College of Staten Island. We did have some subs, Ziris and Laddie into the game for the Dolphins. So right now, Henderson dishes it over. And with the ball, once again, now is Henderson. He drives to his left, stops, pulls up, off the mark. Good defense there by Cone.
And it's like I keep saying, he wants to get to the rim. CSI did not allow him to get to the rim. Kind of had to force a little bit of a hurried shot above guys, off balance. Great contest there.
So I got to see the second unit here with Goldstein and Wilson.
Goldstein was able to consistently do that last night, get to the rim and force multiple plays.
Has no issue getting to the rim a lot of the time. That's thrown out of bounds off the Dolphins. So we're going to have two subs here. Mitchell Wiggin comes into the game for the Dolphins, along with Michael Oyakonme into the game. Goldstein and Wilson to the bench. So right now, 5 players off the bench in the game for the Dolphins, and that screenplay resulted there in a wide open shot attempt by Ray Daniels, which was no good. And then we have an offensive foul on the rebound by,
looks like number 24.
Jordan Brathwaite for the Penmen.
That's correct. And what I want to make a note of here is CSI played last night, and now they're playing this afternoon. It's a very, very quick turnaround. As you mentioned, 5 bench players already here, just over 5 minutes into the game, Nick.
Ziris kicks it to Laddie, who's open for 3, and it's off the mark.
But once again, the Dolphins getting a really good look from three-point land. You have to take those looks, got to start making them.
I have to think eventually they will start falling. They've had 1 3-pointer made in this game. Ziris, the graduate student, back. And he's out there running the points along with Laddie, the 2 guards right now. That pass is inside to Khan, and no mercy shown there by Asa Khan, who has made a great impact offensively since entering this game.
Couldn't have said it any better. As I mentioned last night, the big men for CSI played really, really well in the interior in the paint.
Cone doing a great job. 3-point attempt from the corner off the mark by Henderson, rebounded by Wiggin.
If CSI pushes here, up.
And the steal there by Ray Daniels leads to an easy slam.
Stopped that before it had any traction going the other way.
Cone now with the ball to transfer to Laddie. And Wiggin for 3. And it's good.
Just like that, Nick. If Southern New Hampshire is going to keep giving CSI room around the perimeter for them to step in and take those 3-point shots, CSI needs to take those 3-point shots, and they need to make them early on here. They're 2 for 7.
2 for 7 early on here. Starting to turn things on as we got a foul by Asa Cone. And he commits the foul, 3rd foul. And the Dolphins here, they're missing arguably their best 3-point shooter, Chris Clancy. He's going to be out for 5 weeks, but plenty of Dolphins here can knock down the 3 with ease, especially Aaron Goldstein. And
speaking of Aaron, he just checked back into the game after a few-minute rest.
He's back in there. He's ready to go. Young kid, recharged. He doesn't need to sit too long. That pull-up attempt by Daniels is no good. Ziris over to Goldstein for the alley-oop attempt to Cone, and Cone catches it on the line. So it'll be a turnover. Dolphins, Joe, still with the full court press.
Still with the full court press. But you have to pay mind to how their energy levels throughout this game.
Led to a steal there. Ziris, he gives it over to Cone, and he misses the layup, but Mitchell Wiggin is there. He misses the layup, and Oyakanbi's rejected after his offensive rebound. Joseph Ziris off the mark for three. Dolphins get 4 good looks there.
Four really good looks, and that's all because of the press. But as I was mentioning before the steal, how much can CSI do that? How far into the game can we get before tired legs start to show their face?
Penman now looking to slow things down and score. Williams kicks it down low to Grant Jr. He lays it up and in. Good job by him.
First easy shot in the interior CSI is allowed in the game.
12-9 here with 12 minutes left in the first half. Dolphins ahead by 3. Wiggin driving baseline. He lays it up, and it's in.
Great take, using his body to shield the basketball.
Wiggin with 5 points off the bench. Penman now pushing it to beat that press. They're across half court. Henderson dishes it. And now Daniels is inside to Grant, and he's stripped, and the ball ends up going off him out of bounds. And it'll be a Dolphins ball.
3 Dolphins players swarming the interior there, forcing yet another turnover.
And we will step aside now for a media timeout. Dolphins ahead right now, 14-9 over the Penmen with 11:33 left in the first half. Keep it locked right here on the ECC network.
We're in 1 minute.
Back here in the tank on the College of Staten Island as the Tournament of Heroes, the third game of the tournament, is almost halfway through the first half here. The College of Staten Island Dolphins ahead right now on the Southern New Hampshire University Penmen, 14-9. Joe, what have you liked out of the Dolphins here early on in this game?
Well, you thought tired legs would be something to look for. They don't really look tired at all. They look really, really fresh. And the bench has come into play very, very early here.
Goldstein out there right now, the only starter. Cone over to Ziris. Ziris driving back to Cone, and he slams it home.
Great pass there. Great pass there by Justin Ziris.
Excellent court vision by Ziris, and Cone, the beneficiary. Penmen. Shot, 3-point attempt, good by Royce Williams. And he came down hard. He's hurt, but great 3-point attempt there by him. But he looks like he's got a right leg injury. He can't put any weight on his leg right now.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. Immediately hit the deck hard as his teammates gather around him. We'll look to see if the trainer comes out to assist him.
Yeah, she's coming out. So what we'll do is we'll stay here as he's going to hop off the court. And he goes to the bench. No pressure being put on his right leg, though. So it could be a knee injury, potentially an ankle. But we'll get play back resumed here. And
that's a significant blow because, once again, these two teams played yesterday. They played two difficult, hard games yesterday. That Southern New Hampshire game definitely got chippy, and they were going to need to utilize their bench as well today. So Royce Williams is going to be a key piece off the bench. We'll see if he checks back into the game later.
Frickus into the game for him. Zieris looking for Goldstein, gets to Goldstein. Goldstein to Wigan, who drives baseline, and he is fouled. So Helgar to the free throw line here. Our first free throw attempt of the afternoon in a 16-12 game. Wigan making a great impact in this game, Joe. Redshirt freshman was out hurt all last season. Brooklyn, New York native, just like you.
Yeah, I mean,
Brooklyn guys are just built differently, right?
Brooklyn guys are just built differently. Very tough take there to the rack as the first free throw is good. Little off balance, but as we've seen early here, CSI taking those three-point shots, but they've also been able to get to the rim slightly easier than Southern New Hampshire here, just over 9 minutes in.
Wigan now with 6 points. Him and Cone leading the way for
that will be
Dolphins.
Significant for the Dolphins if they're looking to win today. 6 immediate points off the bench, including their first 2 made free throws.
12
Huge.
points off the bench in this game. Penmen dribbling around Green, gives it off to Frickus, who gets it away, and ultimately the ball ends up in the hands of Henderson, whose three-point attempt is no good. And we're going to have a jump ball call, and possession arrow favors the Penmen as Green and Cone tied up there with the ball. Henderson to inbound. He's able to do so to Grant. Grant's back to Henderson. Henderson over to Frickus. Looking to take the screen from Grant. He does, but the Dolphins are still double teaming. And that ends up with the ball in the hands of Paul Green. And he moves around a little, gets a shot off. It's no good. Good defense there by the Dolphins to close with a double team. And Zieris back the other way to Wilson now. Wilson dribbles to Cohen, back to Zieris. Zieris with the crossover on the screen from Cohen. Back to Wilson. Wilson for 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Frickus. Harris to Grant. Grant across the way. 3-point attempt there. Off the mark by Frickus. And Zieris comes away with the rebound.
Zieris looking to push the pace again up the floor.
Zieris coming off gruesome injury on senior night last year. Looks healthy. Had a great game last night. Passes to Cone, and he slams it home!
Defensive lapse over there by Southern New Hampshire on the interior. Great vision there by Zieris. Second straight assist.
Cone showing no mercy on the rim there. And 3-point attempt by Harris is good.
CSI continuing that pressure on the defensive end, looking to continue to double team. Southern New Hampshire at this point has been a little bit rattled. We have a foul on the floor over here as we check to see who the foul will be called on.
Have a bunch of substitutions here as Poulin, Chestnut, and Mallory check back in the game. Zieris and Wilson remain on the court. J.J. Chestnut over to Poulin to Mallory. Mallory, hesitation, a couple of fakes, pulls up in the mid-range and knocks it down.
Mallory was a key contributor last night for CSI, scoring 16 points. A little bit slow to get out of the gate today, but a nice little jumper there.
Mallory checking back in, just played 4 minutes to start the game. Henderson calls out a play, pats his head, takes the screen there from Grant. He's double teamed. He kicks it over to Henderson underneath to Grant, and he lays it in. Chestnut now to Mallory. Mallory driving. He pulls up once again, and that's off the mark. Rebounded by Blake Wilson. Another offensive rebound for the Dolphins. Zieris now for 3 off the mark.
Another missed 3 here for CSI. 2 for 9 early in the game.
4 offensive rebounds for the Dolphins here early. 22-17. Dolphins ahead here with 7:40 left in the first half. The inbound pass into the zone. Ultimately ends up getting knocked away off the Penmen, and it'll be Dolphins ball. So we'll have a timeout here. We'll step aside right now. 7:39 remaining in the first half in Game 3 of the Tournament of Heroes. The College of Staten Island Dolphins ahead 22-17 over the Penmen. Stay locked right here on the ECC network. Welcome back to the Tank on the College of Staten Island campus. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese. Right now, Dolphins ahead 22-17. But Joe, let's talk about the Penmen real quick. They are keeping this one close right now. They are being led right now by Grant and Daniels with the scoring.
Yes, they are. A CSI takes the ball.
Cone, the leading scorer right now for the Dolphins with 8, and Wiggin right behind him with 7. They are both making an impact in this one as Mallory's pass to Cone dribbles away.
That looked like a set play off the timeout.
Definitely was. Coach Tibbs not happy with the way that played out. Dolphins continuing with the full court press as Poulin was guarding, and we have a travel.
We do have a travel. I was going to say that looked like a travel.
So Poulin guarding there, and
Coach Tibbs immediately sniffed that out.
Daniels ended up traveling as he was heading in towards Cone. Goldstein calling out a play. Cone, screen, ball over to Mallory though. Mallory into the corner for Poulin, and it's off the mark from 3.
Yet another missed 3-point there by CSI. But again, it's like I keep saying, they're good looks. Got to start hitting them.
Henderson running the point here. He's double teamed by Mallory, and Chestnut enforces the steal by Poulin, and it's over to Cone. Cone dribbles, and we have a foul.
We do have a foul. Again, Nick, the double team. CSI, no hesitation to pressuring the ball, double teaming the guy with the ball on their defensive end, and let me tell you something, it's led to a few transition opportunities.
J.J. Chestnut, Messiah Mallory, the Watervliet high school, junior, senior high school teammates there teaming up once again on the double team to force a turnover. J.J. Chestnut to inbound for the Dolphins. Looking to get the ball in to Cone at the basket, and his layup attempt is no good. Penmen now. Wide open there underneath, and rotating under the basket and laying it in is Paul Green.
Too easy there. Too easy for Southern New Hampshire.
Goldstein inside to Mallory. Mallory looking to back down the defender, turns around, pulls up, rattles off the rim. So now we are at a 3-point game. Southern New Hampshire University could tie it here with a 3. Daniels, he travels again.
Great pressure there on the defensive end by CSI to force yet another travel, another turnover.
Turnovers definitely coming into play here. 8, now 9 for the Penmen. J.J. Chestnut, nice move there with the left hand. He lays it in.
Great scoop and score.
Henderson now being guarded by Goldstein. Goldstein lets Henderson get past him, but quickly gets back in front of him. Grant now with the ball, and over to Harris. Harris thinking about taking a three, gives it back to Henderson, who's still guarded tightly by Goldstein. Good defense right now, 8 on the shot clock. Henderson pulls up after bumping into Goldstein, and we're going to have a foul on Aaron Goldstein.
We're going to have a foul on the floor. Don't think it's a shooting foul.
Foul on 21, Aaron Goldstein. His first and Staten Island's fourth of the first half.
Both teams have 4 fouls here. 5:28 remaining here in the first half.
Foul trouble, not the case in this one so far. Fouls have been limited. Daniels driving to the basket off the inbound, and he lays it in.
Once again, too easy there. He's able to put his head down and get right to the rim at will.
Daniels had a nice size advantage there, and he took advantage of it. Poulin into the corner for J.J. Chestnut, off the mark for 3. Henderson pulls up after the crossover from the mid-range, and it's good. T.J. Tibbs going to take a timeout here for the Dolphins as the Penmen pull within one. 24-23. We'll step aside real quick when we return. 4:56 remaining in the first half. Keep it locked here on the ECC Network. Welcome back to the tank. 4:56 remaining in the first half of this Tournament of Heroes game between the CSI Dolphins and the Southern New Hampshire University Penmen. Dolphins had 24-23. Nick Durst here and Joe Calabrese on the call for you as action resumes. Aaron Goldstein with the ball now. Looking at the screen for Mallory. Goes away from it, pitches it over to Poulin. Poulin, he gets it back to Goldstein. Goldstein over to Mallory. Mallory driving, pulls back, and he spins, and he puts it up. It's off the mark.
Wild shot there.
Back the other way with a horrendous drop down the court is Ray Daniels, and he slams it home.
Southern New Hampshire has their first lead of the game since the early minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
Great job by them clawing back. Goldstein over to Mallory in the corner there. Ball ends up with Cohn. Back to Goldstein. Goldstein, little dribble drive, picks it back out over to Chestnut. Chestnut driving. He goes for the layup, and he's called for the offensive foul.
Great job there by Ray Daniels, keeping his feet on the floor, forcing the charge there.
Ray Daniels doing a great job here in the last few minutes for his team. And Ray Daniels has 8 points now, 3 rebounds, and has a steal as well. Now we have some subs. Wiggin back in the game, Zierus back in the game, and Wilson in the game. Full court press still on. Zierus guarding the ball handler Green right now. Almost knocks it away, and we have a double dribble. So once again, Joe, the press leads to good things.
The press leads to good things there, and even if that wasn't the case there, we were bordering on our first 10-second violation of the game. So CSI doing an excellent job there using the full court again.
We'll step aside now for our immediate timeout. Right now, the Penmen ahead of the Dolphins, 25-24, 3:54 remaining. Keep it locked here on the ECC Network. And we are back and better than ever right here in the tank right now. Nick Durst along with Joe Calabrese from the call. And Joe, the Penn men have come storming back and taking the lead here with just under 4 minutes left in the first half.
So a couple of things to note here for CSI. Last night, the game was mostly controlled by Aaron Goldstein. As of this moment, he's only got 2 points. We've seen over the course of the last couple of possessions, Messiah Mallory looking to get himself going. He's missed a couple of jump shots. He has only 2 points in the games. Oscar Cohn's been the leading man here for CSI. 8 points off the bench. Strong performance. Still in the game as I say this, checking back into the game. So what we need to see here from CSI is we need to see their starters last night be a little more involved in the game.
Well, there's Cohn right now with the ball. And he gets to Ziris, back to Goldstein.
There you go. What did I just say?
It's an AG3. Knocks it down with ease there. What'd you say, Joe? You know I'm right.
You know I'm right. And CSI, once again, this full court press here. Can they get it? Yes, they can.
Henderson, alley-oop attempt broken up by Ziris. Good D there. That goes out of bounds.
Deflection by CSI, so the possession arrow will stay here for Southern New Hampshire with 3:29 here remaining in the first half.
Aaron Goldstein wide open there, and he's not going to miss many of those when he's that open. 5 points for him now. Dolphins up 27-25, 3.5 left in the first half. There goes Daniels again to the rim. This time he is fouled.
That has been his MO. Yesterday his MO was getting to the rim. Today his MO has been getting to the rim.
Daniels the leading scorer right now for the Penn with 8. Has a chance to hit double digits here with 2 free throws. Believe it or not, Joe, this is going to be the first free throw attempt of the afternoon for the Penmen. And it's good. Here comes the second free throw. And that's good as well. Tie game. Goldstein dishes it to Wilson. Wilson looking to pass. Gets it back to Goldstein. Goldstein for 3. Off the mark. And that goes out of bounds.
He hit the previous one. At least he's locked in over here, taking that shot.
Bit of a heat check there, perhaps?
A little bit of a heat check. 27-27 as we approach 3 minutes here on the clock here in the first half.
Harris trying to get the ball across half court. He's met by Wilson, and Goldstein is able to do so and gets it to Henderson. Henderson calls out the play. The ball ends up back with Harris, back to Henderson. He's driving to the basket. He gets open, and he lays it up and in. Nice move there. 29-27, Penmen over the Dolphins. Blake Wilson driving to the basket. He pulls up in the mid-range. That's off the mark. And rebounded by Henderson. Henderson wants the ball back after he had given it over to Grant. And he calls out the play. Takes the screen from Grant, and now Cohn on him. And now a big size advantage there as Brathwaite drove to the rim, and he was fouled by Ziris. Seventh foul now for the Dolphins.
His first and Staten Island's 7th the first half. At the line for Southern New Hampshire, 24-0.
And Brathwaite knocks down that first free throw. So 3-point lead now for the Penmen.
He misses the second. Ziris with the rebound takes the ball off the court.
Ziris over to Wiggin, who's had a nice game. Wiggin driving to the basket, lays it up and in. Nice move by Wiggin.
Great job there on the lead, getting the step.
And now the defense there forces Noah Harris to step out of bounds. Dolphins down 1 now at 1:56 remaining in the first half, 30-29 game. and they have the opportunity to potentially take the lead.
I'll tell you something, Nick. That defensive tenacity that they brought last night, they've had every bit of it the first 18 minutes here in this game.
Goldstein driving, he runs into all sorts of traffic. 4 defenders there, and back the other way is Daniel, and he tosses it away, Daniels. Wiggin back the other way to Cone. Cone goes for the slam, but nobody's home off the rim. Zierus back on defense to try to stop Henderson, but Henderson's able to lay that in. He got the long rebound there off the Cone slam attempt.
Very crazy up and down sequence there. Could have went the other way for CSI, but Ray Daniels was able to, excuse me, sorry about that. Ray Daniels.
Wiggin there has the ball knocked off him, and it goes out of bounds. So Dolphins here got the chance to once again tie it.
What I was going to say about Daniels before is he's not afraid to take the ball up and down, like I said, as a bigger guy. He's 6'6". Not a natural guard there. So his ferocious play has been able to keep Southern New Hampshire in the game and have a 3-point lead.
Goldstein driving, kicks it out to Wilson in the corner. That's off the mark as well. Dolphins really struggling from 3-point range here in this first half.
Final minute here.
Just 3 of 10 from 3-point range in this first half for the Dolphins. Hard to Coach Tibbs at halftime. And Henderson's 3 is off the mark. And we're going to have a foul called over the back on Paul Green. So 45 and a half seconds left now. Poulin back in the game along with Chestnut. And once again, Dolphins do have a chance to tie it. Letting the ball roll here to keep some time on the clock. Zierus picks it up. And Zierus is driving to the basket. His layup attempt off the glass is no good, but that's rebounded by Cone, and he's fouled on the way back up. He'll head to the free throw line.
Cone has been giving this team excellent minutes in the first half. He's had 14 minutes for the game off the bench here, and he has the opportunity here, if he sinks both of these free throws, to be the first play for CSI in the game in double digits.
Right. 8 points for him off the bench. Wiggin with 9 points off the bench. So Asa now with the first free throw attempt. And that is good. So 18 points total between 2 players off the bench. It's gone a long way in this one for the Dolphins scoring-wise. Comes Cone's second free throw attempt. And that is off the mark. If the Penmen go fast, they can go for 2 for 1, but they don't seem like they're in a hurry. So they'll just look for a good shot here. And most likely Dolphins will get the chance for the last shot. About a 6-second differential between game and shot clock now. And Henderson waiting for something to develop. He's looking for some opening. He gets it inside to Green. Green's layup attempt is no good. And Daniels comes up with the rebound and he lays it in. 5 seconds left. Chestnut with the ball. We'll see if he can get a shot off. And he puts it in!
Oh, what a shot from half court by Chestnut.
Chestnut with the left hand. 20/20 vision there. And J.J. Chestnut roasts the ball right there through the hoop. And what a difference to end the first half now, Joe, after that amazing play. And the Dolphins go into halftime down just 1. What we'll do now is we will quickly step aside for 30 seconds. When we come back, I'll talk to Coach TJ Tibbs for the halftime report. All right, we're here at Coach Tibbs for the halftime report presented by TLC Physical Therapy. Coach, going into the half, down one, thanks to that amazing three-pointer there by J.J. Chestnut. So talk to us about that, but also I know you're probably not happy with the way the team played in the first half. What are you looking to improve in the second?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great shot. You know, it's nice. It gives us a little bit of momentum, but, you know, they're just out-toughing us. And honestly, I'm tired of it. I mean, they're a great team. They won the region last year. I mean, Jack Perry's one of the best coaches at any level, you know, out here. We got a lot of respect for them, but I'm just tired of these other teams just out-toughing us, especially in our own gym. But you got to give them credit there. A veteran team. They got a lot of guys returning from an Elite 8 run and almost beating the national runner-up, pretty much controlling the game. So we got to, at some point, we got to get out here and we got to give a better effort in these games. But I know the guys will. I know we'll get upstairs, we'll figure it out, and I know they'll give a great second half.
Okay, now let's talk about the fans, the alumni, the staff, the students, everyone that came out last night. They showed up, they showed out. How important are the fans going to be to the success of this team in the tank this season?
They're very important. I can't even come up with the words for it, but you know, I'm looking even now. It's 1 o'clock on a Sunday, and it's just an awesome turnout that we have here. And I'm just so grateful for the staff, for the faculty, for the cheerleading team, the dance teams, the other dance teams, just everybody, alumni looking around. This is just, I say it all the time, but it's a special place. I mean, it's just awesome. So it gives us a lot of energy, and we're certainly going to need it for all the tough games that we play here.
Yeah, Goldstein family, incredibly talented. Aaron, of course, on your team is his sister with the great national anthem. Coach, thank you for your time. Best of luck in the second half.
Thanks for having me.
And that's going to wrap up the halftime report here. When we return, the second half of action right here on the ECC network. Keep it locked. Welcome back to the tank as action gets set to resume here for the game here, Tournament of Heroes. Right now, Southern New Hampshire University ahead 34-33 over the CSI Dolphins. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese and Joe. What a heave there from half court by J.J. Chestnut going left-handed to give his team a little momentum going into the half.
You know, it was funny because right before he hit the shot, I was going to make a note that it felt like the shot was rushed and that he had another second or two to keep his composure and try to get maybe a better look from about 5 or 6 feet closer to the basket. But you're right, as with his left hand, great shot from half court, really keeping CSI in there because, you know, a 4-point lead at the half and a 1-point lead are two different things. So he's somebody we're going to look to see if he can continue the momentum in the second half.
What do you think Coach Tibbs' message was to the team there at halftime, and what does the Dolphins squad have to do to improve in the second half to lead their team to victory?
Well, first things first, as I keep mentioning, the defensive tenacity is there. The effort is there. There were a couple of easy looks on the interior by Southern New Hampshire, but for the most part, pressuring the ball, the double teams, the full court stuff, CSI was able to do what they wanted defensively in the first half, and they were able to keep themselves in the game. What I need to see from CSI in the second half is they need to figure out a way to get a couple of easier looks for themselves.
Right. And they got to shoot the three better. They were only shot 25% from three-point range, 4 of 16, Joe, in the first half.
Only 4 of 16. 7 or 8 of those missed shots, though, were good semi-open or open looks. But when you're talking about shooting overall, they're only 35% from the floor. So Southern New Hampshire, 50% from the floor. CSI's only down 1, so they're a little lucky to be in this game. But again, they're not playing bad. They're playing well.
CSI being out-rebounded by 2, 19-17. So, like you said, I think they are lucky to be where they are right now as action resumes right now. And look who has the ball to start things off. J.J. Chestnut.
Keeping the hand hot.
J.J. looking to shake and bake. Gives it a Poulin. He's driving. He kicks it to Mallory for 3. Rattles off the rim and out.
Another good look by Mallory. CSI absolutely has to get him going in the second half as well.
Crucial to success for his team all the time as Penmen get her offensive rebound off the missed 3-point attempt there by Harris. And Grant now, he's driving. He's blocked by Mallory. Poulin comes with it, gives it a Goldstein. Goldstein back to Wilson on the move. J.J. Chestnut now. He's driving, and there's that left-handed layup. No good, but Mallory's there to clean it up and lay it in.
Great follow-up from there by Mallory getting into that space. CSI, quick 1-point lead here, 1 minute into the second half.
And now the Penmen come back with Daniels, who's rejected again. So that's another block by Mallory, and Daniels and Chestnut go down the end of the court. Wilson now for 3. That's off the mark. Rebounded by Henderson. JJ holding his left arm. Looks like he's hurt. He's still going to play some defense, though. And he forces Daniels to travel. JJ's hurt. Holding that left elbow.
Seems like he's coming out of the game. No, he's not.
He's not coming out.
He's not coming out. He's going to stay in the game. Daniels a little reckless there, turning into his own guy.
We know JJ's a warrior as he drives to the rim there and he's blocked. Played hurt last year, played with one eye. So that was impressive.
What'd I tell you, Nick? CSI, full court press here again.
It's worked.
It has worked in their advantage. It's kept them in the game.
Poulin defending the ball handler Harris. He dishes it to Grant. Grant kicks it out into the stands, and it's a turnover.
Ill-advised pass there.
Looking as looks like we got a block. Some sort of illegal move there by Henderson. So the foul goes against Henderson as he was running into Mallory. Poulin to inbound to Chestnut. Chestnut over to Goldstein. And Goldstein with a nice move, lays it up and in.
Nice finish with the left hand. He was able to create a little space on the drive. He was doing that in spades last night.
Right, he did it early on in the game. He drove to the rim, and then we hadn't seen it much after in the first half, but Goldstein, he can get to the rim with ease, Joe.
Going to make things a lot easier for CSI here in the second half.
7 points now for him. Henderson kicks it around. And Harris with the ball now. Back to Henderson. He pulls up in the mid-range. That's off the mark. Mallory with the rebounds.
CSI pushing the pace here.
Chestnut with the layup attempt. That's off the mark. Mallory tries to get in there with one hand, and he's
going to be called for the foul.
Foul on number 15, Derek Grant Jr. is first and Southern New Hampshire's second.
So, very confused because they're calling the foul on Southern New Hampshire, but Southern New Hampshire is getting set to inbound the ball. So, I don't know. I guess it was the wrong number given. Doesn't make much sense. We'll wait for some clarification. I think the foul was on Mallory.
The ref is at the scorer's table. Now he's talking with Coach Tibbs.
Well, Southern New Hampshire got inbounded, so there's no way that foul was on. Foul is on J.J. Chestnut. I don't know. I don't think he was even there in the play, but it's a foul for the Dolphins.
And we move on. Southern New Hampshire has the ball here.
Daniels for three. That's good. Nice and easy for him. Daniels really carrying this team right now, the Las Vegas, Nevada, Somerset native. Goldstein. He's moving around. Hits it to Wilson in the corner. Wilson back to Chestnut. That goes in the backcourt. And Aaron picks it up for a backcourt violation, which was the right move because otherwise Henderson would have had an easy layup.
CSI has got to hone in and focus on stopping Daniels here. He's the game's leading scorer at 15 points. He's able to get to the rim, but deceptively he can step out and take that three-point shot.
So now we got Laddie, Zeris, Poulin, Cone, and Wiggin on the court. Cone and Wiggin led the way scoring-wise for the Dolphins so far, Joe.
Southern New Hampshire inbounds the ball.
There's Daniels again. He finds an open player, Green down low, who goes up, and he gets fouled.
Foul on number 10,
Asakone, he commits the foul.
and Stephen Allen's second of the second half. At the line for Southern New Hampshire.
His second personal, the team's second. Kone checked in very early here again in the second half.
It's been very good.
Paul Green misses the first free throw.
Tie game. And his shot is good.
Makes the second. 1 point game here. Almost 4 minutes here into the second half at the tank.
Laddie to Wiggin. Wiggin back to Laddie. Laddie to Zeris. Zeris now to Cone. Cone back to Wiggin. Wiggin for three. Off the mark. Penman now.
Daniels has the ball, looks to make a move, steps back, misses the three, long rebound out.
Three off the mark there. Now Laddie takes the three in transition. That's off the mark. And that's rebounded by the Penmen.
Another long three by CSI. You're not going to win that way. They're going to be 4 of 20 now from the three-point range.
Need to improve the three-point shooting here for the Dolphins. And if you can't, you need to start driving to the basket. Daniels being guarded by the small Laddie. He's spinning around. He kicks it inside to Green. Green with the reverse layup there. Nice job.
Second time Daniels deferred to a teammate there, and teammate was able to finish down low.
Zeris driving to the basket. Underneath the hoop. Kicks it out to Wiggin, and Wiggin is fouled. Shot does not count.
media timeout.
We'll have a media timeout here, and we'll step aside. Right now, Southern New Hampshire University is in the lead, 40-39, and we return the rest of this game in the second half. 15:01 left to play. We are back here in the tank. Southern New Hampshire University, 1-point lead, 40-39 with 15:01 remaining. And the call was changed, and the shot did count. So Wigan made it and won. He goes to the free throw line now with the chance to tie the game. Joe, you really have to like what you've seen from Wigan so far in this game, 11 points.
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. Just like last night, it was the CSI big men off the bench, the rotating, that were able to keep them in the game. And as of this moment, we've seen the same thing here today.
Wiggins' point, shot attempt there, and the free throw is good. And now he has 12 points in this one.
21 of CSI's 40 points have come from Wigan and Kone.
Impressive. Henderson is playing heavy minutes in this game. The ball handler to Daniels. Daniels, his layup attempt no good, gets the offensive rebound, and he's able to knock it in.
That's too easy for Daniels. Too easy on the second attempt there.
Yeah, Daniels now at 6 rebounds, 17 points. Laddie to Wigan, Wigan for 3, off the mark.
Rebound track there by Paul Green as Henderson takes it up the court for Southern New Hampshire.
Henderson calling for Harris. Harris, he dribbles all around the court, goes to the basket, kicks it over to Green. Green dribbles around now. He kicks it out to Daniels. 10 on the shot clock. He's looking for a screen. Daniels driving. He pulls up. His shot's off the mark. Wigan with the rebound. Poolin now. Back the other way. Cross court pass to Zieris. His three's off the mark. Wigan with the rebound. He ends up hitting it on the floor back to Laddie. Laddie passes it from the floor to Wigan. That's no good. Cohn's putback attempt is swatted away. So Dolphins will remain with the ball here.
If I'm Coach Tibbs, I'm looking to run a few more set plays over here.
See if they have something designed here. As the ball is inbounded to Laddie. Laddie to Wigan. Wigan in the corner for Poulin. His three's off the mark. Cohn, offensive rebound. And that ball ultimately ends up going off the foot of Grant Jr. So the Dolphins will maintain possession. Mallory coming in now.
Poulin checking out.
Haven't seen much of Mallory and Cohn and Wigan on the court together, so we'll see how this works. Wigan to Cohn now. Cohn to Zieris. Zieris to the basket. The layup floater attempt off the mark. And the Penmen come away with it. Harris. His three-point attempt is in and out. And rebounded there by Green. So another chance here for the Penmen.
Second chance opportunity. Not too many second chance opportunities here.
Henderson is fouled going to the basket. I believe that foul is going to go against Wigan.
That would be his first personal.
Now it goes on Laddie. Laddie's first.
Laddie's first.
Laddie's foul.
CSI's third team foul as Curtis Henderson goes to the line for 2.
First free throw is good. Second good as well. So 4-point lead now for the Penmen. Laddie stops his dribble, gives up to Mallory. Mallory double teamed immediately. Gets it back to Laddie. And we are going to have a foul called against Henderson.
CSI will take it out from down low.
Zaris' inbound pass is deflected out of bounds by Henderson. So now he'll redo it again, and this time in front of the bench.
Very interesting configuration on the court right now for CSI with the 3 big men.
Going for some height advantage. Laddie to Zaris. Zaris driving to the basket. Stops, gives it to Laddie, who's cutting. Back to Zaris for 3, off the mark. Wiggin tied up there, unable to come with the rebound, and Henderson gets the rebound. Henderson calling out the play, clears out the lane, drives in, back to Grant, over to Henderson again. Henderson gets the ball over to Choate, and now it's back to Harris. Harris with 6 on the shot clock. He's turning and puts up a shot, no good. Wiggin to Cone here. Cone driving to the basket, and great defense there by Harris to track him down and get the steal. Henderson back the other way, and the 3-point attempt there by Frukis is off the mark. Inside from Laddie to Cone, he lays it in. Nice transition offense there by the Dolphins.
Cone was able to make up for the previous possession where Southern New Hampshire tracked him from behind and he stole it. Cone would now be second CSI player in double figure scoring.
Cone and Wiggin have been the offense for the most part for the Dolphins today, as Mallory comes up with another block there, rejecting Grant.
That's CSI size advantage playing a big role there.
3 blocks for Mallory. Zaris gives it away. Grant away with the steal, and now Henderson slows things down. Henderson to the basket, pulls up, knocks it down in the mid-range.
His 10th point of the game, second player for Southern New Hampshire in double figures.
Mallory inside, layup no good, but he was
fouled before, yes.
He's not happy that he wasn't able to convert there.
But that's what Mallory has to keep doing. He's got to try to get onto the interior. He's had some good looks from the outside, but CSI needs a couple of those easy points, and he's the best guy for the job down low.
Absolutely. So we'll step aside here as we have a timeout. Right now, the Penmen ahead 45-42 with 10:54 remaining in this game. Keep it locked right here on the ECC Network. Welcome back to the Tank on the College of Staten Island campus. Good game here this afternoon, Game 3 of the Tournament of Heroes. Southern New Hampshire University with the lead right now, 46-42 over the College of Staten Island Dolphins. And Joe, right now the Penmen doing a really strong job here in the second half.
Yes, they have. CSI has been able to will themselves and stay in this game, but once again, 4 for 24 from three-point range. That's not going to get it done. However, despite that, CSI is only down 4.
Mallory looking to make it a one-point possession here, one-possession game after these free throws. First one's good. Mallory's second free throw attempt no good, and that ends up going out of bounds.
Kone could not corral the rebound. Possession now back to Southern New Hampshire. 10:53 remaining here in the second half.
Dolphins looking to press. And now we'll back off. Harris to Daniels. Daniels takes the screen. Kicks it over to Green. And back to Harris. Harris's three is good. And the Penmen with their biggest lead of the day, 6-point game.
Goldstein with the ball now.
Mallory to Goldstein. Need these two guys to get cooking here if you're the Dolphins. Mallory over to Chestnut. Chestnut driving. He's tied up. And collision there. We're going to have a foul on the Penmen, on Daniels. Now they're going to call it on Brathwaite for pulling Chestnut down.
Brathwaite's third. Southern New Hampshire's fifth. As Chestnut is going to the line here.
At the line for Staten Island, number 3, J.J. Chestnut.
JJ's first free throw off the mark.
CSI now 5 of 8 from the line.
Knocks the second one down, so 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
CSI back to the full court press here.
See if they can come away with some steals here. And Henderson close to going with a backcourt violation there, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so,
crossed
too.
over and then he dribbled back.
Surprised Coach Tibbs didn't catch that either.
We had the best view. We were right here next to the line. Brathwaite to the basket. Rejected by Mallory.
Great denial
Henderson,
by
though,
Mallory.
comes up with it, and his layup attempt's no good. Mallory outlet pass to J.J. Chestnut, who muscles it up backwards and lays it in.
Terrific finish there by Chestnut. Almost overran the play.
Great feed, too, throwing it down the field. I mean, it is a football Sunday, right? So good job there by Mallory to find Chestnut, and Chestnut through the defender there, lays it in. Brathwaite now under the basket, looking for somewhere to go. His layup attempt is no good. And Goldstein comes away with the ball.
Once again, Mallory there down low, using his size, his advantage.
Zieris with a deep three. That's off the mark. Mallory, another rebound.
That's what he's got to do.
Goldstein for three. Off the mark. But J.J. Chestnut's there to clean up the glass. Puts it in. Chestnut taking over right now, Joe.
Absolutely.
49-48, 9:03 left in this one. The Penmen ahead by 1. We'll step aside, keep it locked here for the rest of the game here on the ECC Network. Welcome back here to the Tank on the College of Staten Island campus for Game 3 of the Tournament of Heroes. Penn Med ahead against the Dolphins right now by 149-48. Joe, how about J.J. Chestnut as of late?
Well, he had the half-court shot to end the first half, that circus shot that went in. He was able to get an easy putback there. He's now the third CSI player in double-figure scoring here, and he's been a key part of why CSI has been able to just hang around and stay around. They're only down one here.
Great job by JJ right now. He can really do it all. He's got that grit to help the team out. Harris now for the Penn men. Being guarded by Chestnut. Over to Daniels. Daniels with the size advantage over Ziris. Looking to drive to the basket. No space there. Has to get it out to Green. Green looking to get it to Harris. He does. 7 on the shot clock. Harris fakes like a look for 3. Gives it over to Grant. Grant driving 3 seconds on the shot clock. He gets up an open shot. It's off the mark. Cohn with the rebounds. And now Ziris will slow things down. Right now, Joe, Dolphins going with a smaller rotation as Goldstein's in the corner for 3.
There you go.
And it's as good as gold.
CSI has the lead here, 51-49 here, coming up on 8-10 here in the second half.
Goldstein, Chestnut, Poulin, and Ziris, the 4 guards out there with Cohn right now.
Coach Tibbs realizing he needs a little more offense.
Harris gets a screen, gets an open look for 3, and it's good.
So Southern New Hampshire comes right back.
Goldstein to Cohn, Cohn back to Goldstein. Goldstein over to Poulin, who's looking for his first points today. Chestnut driving, he feeds it inside. It's stolen by Henderson. Henderson looking to push the other way, driving towards the basket. He has to dribble back out. Gives it to Harris. 20 on the shot clock. Harris to Henderson. Henderson dribbling inside, and it's stolen by Cohn. And Cohn smartly dishes it over to Chestnut. Chestnut to Ziris. Now Ziris to Goldstein. Goldstein to his right. Kicks it back to Ziris on the left. Ziris drives to the basket.
Looked like he was fouled there.
Looked like it, but no call. So he misses the layup. The fans aren't happy, and back the other way. Missing the layup is Paul Green. If you believe in ball don't lie, maybe that was it. Ziris for 3 now. And it's good! Justin Ziris knocks down the 3. Dolphins up by 2, 54-52.
CSI struggling from the three-point line last couple of possessions here. Goldstein and Ziris able to give them a lift here as CSI has a 2-point lead.
Great job there by Ziris.
Harris has the ball, works around the screen.
To Daniels. Daniels now trying to back down Poulin, and he does and lays it in.
Daniels is the game's leading scorer here. He now has 19 points for Southern New Hampshire.
He's been great today. Goldstein.
Tie game here at the Tank.
Goldstein to his left. JJ in the corner. Great pass inside to Cohn. Back to Poulin. And Poulin's 3's off the mark. Cohn with another rebound. Ziris for 3. And you got it! You bet it! There it is, Joe. Another 3-pointer. Ziris heating up back-to-back 3s. 6 points for him. Dolphins now at their largest lead in a while. Up 57-54. Great job. 3-point shooting, Joe, by Ziris, right?
Absolutely. Last couple of trips down the court. Couple of three-pointers giving CSI a lift here in the second half.
All right, 57-54. Dolphins ahead over the Penmen. 5:58 remaining. We'll step aside when we return to the conclusion of this exciting Game 3 of the Tournament of Heroes right here on the ECC Network. And we are back. And the Dolphins are doing better than ever, Joe. Nick Durst here with Joe Calabrese in the tank. Justin Ziers, Joe, tremendous job there the last 2 possessions.
Yes, he's been able to give CSI a lift. They're still 7 for 30 from 3-point range.
Not good.
Not good. However, timely 3-pointers here have given them a 3-point lead.
23.3% from 3-point range, but got to make them when they count, and they counted there.
CSI still going a little small here on the court.
Henderson to Daniels, and now to Green. Green drives and lays it in with some contact there against Cone.
Southern New Hampshire taking advantage of the fact that CSI doesn't have nearly as much size on the court here as they had mostly this whole game so far.
Right, it's helping the Dolphins offensively right now, but it's not helping defensively. Ziris again for 3, and it's good! He knocks it down! Another JZ 3. He's getting hot.
All 3 of his made baskets have come on 3-pointers here in the last few minutes.
Excellent job by him.
A lot of balanced scoring today here from the Dolphins.
And Green back the other way, no good. So good defense there. And that ball goes off Green out of bounds. So Ziris really infusing the offense here right now, Joe.
Absolutely.
Carrying the team, the graduate student, veteran leader of this squad. Dolphins ahead by 4. We'll see if the 3-point shooting continues here. And you know it's cold in here, so the hands, it's not easy to get him heated up from 3, but right now Aaron Goldstein steps into one. That's off the mark. Henderson now driving to the basket. He kicks it out to Daniels for 3, and that is off the mark. And it goes out of bounds off Brathwaite, who knocks it out of bounds. The smaller rotation right now.
It's working for
offensively
CSI.
is working for CSI. Ziris running the point with the 3 other guards, Chestnut, Poulin, and Goldstein out there with the big man, Cone. Goldstein trying to break free. Ziris with the ball. He lays it up, and that's off the mark.
I think he was looking for Kone to follow the rebound there.
Taps an alley-oop attempt. Who knows? Harris now. He kicks it over to Green. Green to Daniels for another 3. That's off the mark. And that is rebounded ultimately by the Penmen, who have all the height advantage down low right now. Harris, he's dribbling the ball, guarded by Goldstein. Goldstein gets screened, and the pass goes to Brathwaite down low, and it's an offensive foul.
Excellent job keeping both of his feet on the floor and absorbing the contact.
And who was
there.
it?
Ziris, the leader, the veteran leader of this team, has given this team a really good stretch of 5 minutes here as CSI has the ball.
And
they're up
Tibbs
4.
fired up, showing heart.
Love
There's
that.
a little chest bump to Ziris, so we'll step aside real quick here for 30 seconds after the charge there. It'll be Dolphins ball. Dolphins ahead 6:56, 3:40 remaining right here. And we are back here in the tank on the college style campus. Game 3 of the Tournament of Heroes. Game 4 coming up after this, so keep it locked here on the ECC network. Dolphins ahead 60-56 right now on the Penmen. And Joe, a little bit of deja vu, but let's talk about Justin Ziris again in the commercial break.
Absolutely. He's been feeling himself here. Like I said, his only 3 made field goals of the game, all 3-pointers that have happened in the last 4 or 5 minutes of game time here. He's given CSI a tremendous lift, and especially now on the defensive end, taking the charge there. CSI has the ball. They're up 4. There's 3:40 on the clock, and it seems like Coach Tibbs is going to send either his starting five or his best unit here in the game to try to see if they can wrap this up here.
Well,
and take one or two
stick
this
with
weekend.
the 4 guards that were out there. Mallory coming in for Cone, potentially close it out here. So put your best defender back out there. The Chestnut, Poulin, Goldstein, Xeris 4 has been tremendous so far. Chestnut now to the basket, lays it up. And almost a goaltending there, I thought. It was close to it, but Penmen come away with it.
Henderson crossing the half-court line, setting up Southern New Hampshire here, down 4.
Daniels now with the ball. He's been dangerous. He falls to the floor, and he's able to get it back to his teammates. Grant and now Henderson with it again. 8 on the shot clock. Over to Brathwaite. Brathwaite, 5 seconds. Daniels, 4, 3, 2 on the shot clock. 1 does not get a shot off. Does not count.
Shot clock violation there, very close, but the ref waved it off. Daniels not able to quite get that shot off here as possession hour goes back to CSI here with 2:55 to go in the game.
We're going to have Cone come in the game for Mallory. Going offense for defense, perhaps here. Not exactly sure. We'll see what happens.
I wonder if last night is playing a factor here in these final few minutes and the intensity
Fatigue
of the
could
games.
play a factor. Cone's played 28 minutes now right now in this game.
Huge minutes for CSI, giving them a huge lift.
Chestnut with the ball. Directing traffic over to Poulin. Poulin to Goldstein. Goldstein, pull up 3, and it's good!
Going to his left side, too, and creating space there by Goldstein. Huge shot.
Aaron's family is sitting right behind me. They're all pumped up. Excellent job there by Goldstein.
CSI, their biggest lead of the second half here, up 7 as we approach 2 minutes to go.
Some random fan on the court right now, crossing in front of us, screaming as Daniels, he makes the shot. It's good, and he's fouled.
Justin Xeris with the foul here as Ray Daniels looks to go to the line to complete the three-point play here for Southern New Hampshire.
Daniels has been great in this one, that's for sure. Leading the way scoring-wise with 21 points. And misses the free throw.
Poulin almost mistimed that.
Gets the rebound nevertheless. Goldstein now off that big three-pointer. Equally distributing the scoring for the Dolphins here. Goldstein leading the way with 13 points, though. And we have 3 other players over double figures. And that ball goes out of bounds. Chestnut with 10, Cone with 11, and Wiggin with 12. And Xeris adds a big 9 in the scoring column. Xeris to inbounds here.
Very balanced effort for CSI today.
Goldstein now with 8 in the shot clock. Over to Chestnut for 3. Off the mark. Henderson now, minute and a half in this game left. 5-point game with Dolphins ahead. Harris for 3, that's off the mark. Cone can't come away with the rebound, and Henderson gets it. 20 on the shot clock. Harris in the corner, wide open for 3, that's no good. And Cone gets the rebound.
Great rebound, tipping that ball to himself.
And we're gonna get a foul, I believe, on the Penmen. Minute and 11 left here. And that's going to be a technical foul. So Aaron Goldstein will go to shoot as that was Henderson with technical foul. That was Grant with the personal foul. And Goldstein knocks down the first technical foul free throw. This is big, Joe, to extend the lead here. 7-point game.
Goldstein adding points 14 and 15 to lead the way for CSI here.
And we'll see. We're going to start thinking about the potential TLC Player of the Game post-game interview, who is going to speak with me.
Still got a long time to go
A lot
before
of
that.
strong candidates if the Dolphins are able to win this game.
Xeris over here close to us taking the ball out for CSI.
Xeris to Chestnut, who's going to dribble the ball. Dolphins look to take as much clock as possible here, I would think.
1 minute to go here at the tank.
Last minute of play in the game, barring overtime. Chestnut with 10 on the shot clock, looking to move now. Here comes Cone with the screen. Chestnut is...
I believe that was a moving screen.
Moving screen on Cone.
I was shocked Southern New Hampshire wasn't pressuring the ball more.
With the time remaining, Dolphins going to go with the press here. 30 seconds on the shot clock, obviously 44 seconds in the game. For the Dolphins, that's not what you want to do there, but you also don't want to foul. As that shot's go, we'll stay right here. 5-point game. And Joe, what do you think each team is drawing up in the huddle right now?
Well, for CSI, they're not going to get it as easy this possession. Southern New Hampshire is going to probably come out and pressure them. Listen, the Dolphins are up 5 here. We got 40 seconds left. As of right now, the Dolphins are 8 from 11 from the line. So if they can lock down and if they can make the necessary free throws here within the final minute, this 5-point lead should be able to hold up.
We'll see, and we'll see if the Dolphins make any substitutions as far as getting better free throw shooters in the game. But Goldstein, Chestnut, those are definitely the guys you want out there with Xeris to knock down some free throws.
And Coach Tibbs going with a small lineup, his best guards, his best shooters,
the best free throw shooters. So Wilson's going to inbound this. Wilson is the quote-unquote big man out there right now, 6'5". He is a tall man, but he is more of a wing player. Gets it into Xeris, but Xeris is fouled by Harris.
Noah Harris. Harris has that expression on his face.
So Xeris will shoot the free throws here. We'll see if they bring somebody in for defense here, or if Wilson's going to stay in the game. Looks like he'll stay in for now. Xeris' free throw is good.
And with that, the Dolphins have a 5th player in double figures in scoring here. As mentioned before, a lot of balance here.
And here comes Cone for defense. Cone going to play back deep for a potential long outlet prevention, getting his hands up. Mallory's going to come in as well for Xeris. Got the big men in here for defense.
Xeris makes the 2nd free throw. 2 clutch, huge free throws here. CSI has a 7-point lead
if you're
here.
The Dolphins right now, you just don't want to foul. You don't want to go up an easy 3 either, but you don't want to foul. As Daniels is rejected by Mallory, and that might do it, Joe, as Mallory throws the ball off.
Yeah, Southern New Hampshire.
Off Green.
Yep, so it'll be CSI ball here with 29.5 seconds remaining.
And Blake Wilson will come in for Mallory, so the offense for defense works there perfectly.
Absolutely.
Excellent job there by Mallory with yet another block. Mallory's 5th block of the game. And now
there's a little confusion there by Xeris and
Harris
Goldstein.
is fouled. Goldstein going to the line to wrap this one up. Dolphins looking for their first ever Tournament of Hero win in the D2 level. Goldstein with the free throw here. First one. That's good. 8-point lead now. Goldstein 3 for 3 from the line.
CSI extending their largest lead of the second half here as Goldstein is at 16 looking for 17.
Closing on a player of the game campaign here, and slow start.
Didn't have
Strong
the greatest
finish.
game. Did not have the greatest game, but he was able to well out a couple of huge possessions there with Xeris towards the middle of the second half.
Wiggin into the game now for Goldstein. So you got the three big guys down there. Great defense by Cohen. Pooling with the rebound. He gets it to Chestnut. Chestnut down low to Mallory. Mallory is stuffed. And
Hard
his head
foul.
went off the rim there.
Very hard foul there by Ray Daniels.
I mean, the two of them were so high there, knocking into the backboard. And
Mallory looks all right. He's walking around.
yeah, Mallory. So no foul. No
foul. All
foul.
ball.
Just the ball. Good block there, but Goldstein's going to dribble this one out. And the CSI Dolphins will come away victorious. Their first ever Tournament of Heroes win on the D2 level. And it all started with the mental shifter three-pointer by J.J. Chestnut in the second half, Joe. And in the second half, Ziris and Goldstein took over.
Absolutely. Excellent effort. 5 players a double-figure scoring for CSI. And they were able to recover from a really tough loss last night. And like you said, earn their first tournament win here against Southern New Hampshire University.
Excellent job by them. And we're going to be joined now by the guy who sparked the change in this one, Mr. Justin Ziris. Justin Ziris in this game, he very good. 11 points, Joe.
Hit three for 8 from downtown. But again, those 3 made shots, critical, crucial, and were the difference here for CSI this afternoon.
So Joe will quickly go over some of the box score here as I get ready for the post-game interview with Mr. Ziris.
So as I mentioned, 5 CSI players here in double figures. Aaron Goldstein leads the way here with 17 points. Asa Kone, huge effort, as I mentioned, in the first half. He ended up finishing with only 11 and 8, but that production was very significant for CSI in the first half. And like I said, my colleague Nick will take it and interview one of the players of the game here, Justin Ziris, following CSI's 9-point victory against Southern New Hampshire University.
And we are here with the player of the game, Justin Ziris. Justin, huge second half for you. How are you feeling with all those three-pointers knocking down?
My teammates believe in me. We did a good job in the second half coming out at halftime. We struggled in the first half. Second half, we came out
man.
ready.
I don't crash interviews, man. I don't crash interviews. Mwah! Yo, this is 5 years in the making, man. This is 5 years in the making. I don't think y'all understand this, man. I don't think you understand about this kid, man. 5 years in the making, and there's a lot more to come, brother. 5 years in the making.
So fifth year graduate season. Talk to us about the decision to come back for another year after another injury on senior night last year.
It was tough in the off season, whether or not I was going to play again. But this is home, and I wanted to give him one more chance, and I'm glad I came back because these kids believe in me. My coaches, my teammates, everybody here believes in me, and I'm happy I came back. We were in a tournament with 3 great teams, and it's good to get one at home.
All right, you've been part of this program for a long time. Family history. You're here with the conversion over to D2. What does it mean, this win here? This is the first time in D2 history that you guys have won a Tournament of Heroes game. How good does that feel?
Feels amazing. We always have great competition at this tournament, so it's always good to get a win on the tournament, open it up on this weekend.
All right, Mr. Ziris, congratulations. Best of luck the rest of the season. Go celebrate with your teammates.
Appreciate it.
All right, so there you have it, an amazing post-game interview with Justin Zieris and Coach Tibbs and the host CSI men's roster. Joe, you got to love it, the camaraderie from the team there.
Absolutely. Love Coach Tibbs coming in. Am I even on? Not on. Gotta love Coach Tibbs there coming in, showing support for his veteran player. Huge game there.
Huge game. The Dolphins come away victorious and a tremendous, tremendous comeback victory there. And the team pulls away at the end with the big, big victory. First victory in the history of the CSI Dolphins in the D2 level as they come away victorious. 5 players in double figures in that game. Tremendous all-around scoring. Joe, any last thoughts? Last words?
Coming off of last night, it was a very, very, very difficult loss to take for CSI. They could have showed fatigue today. They could have showed a little bruises from that game, but they did not. They started really, really slow. They actually eased off the gas on the full court presses and defensive tenacity in the second half, but they were able to preserve enough energy, and they pulled away late and pulled out a victory.
Tremendous win for the Dolphins, and they are victorious in Game 3 of the Tournament of Heroes. And that's going to do it here for now from the Tank. Joe and I will be back in about 25 minutes for the next game in this Tournament of Heroes, the 4th and last Southern Connecticut State University taking on the Spartans of St. Thomas Aquinas. So, for Joe Calabrese, I am Nick Durst, and you have been watching CSI Sportsnet's presentation of CSI Dolphins basketball. The Dolphins are victorious. Thank you for watching, everybody. We will see you next time right here on the ECC Network.